Hello everyone, today we have the LEGO Ideas A-frame cabin in front of us. It comes with 2082 pieces, 4 minifigures, and this beautiful A-frame cabin. I'm glad that I opened and built this set because it is really good, and today we're going to take a detail look on what makes this set so good. So before I get started, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a like. Before we take a look at the cabin, let's just take a look at the 4 minifigures included in this set. So these are just regular LEGO citizens, so nothing special or exclusive about it, but I like the fact that you do get, these two torso here, which you don't get that very often. They all have alternate facial expressions, so if we turn them around, so those are all, existing LEGO minifigure head, so nothing really special about them, but it's always good to get new minifigures. What's so special about one of the minifigures is this hairpiece. It's actually new hairpiece for 2023, first introduced in the Friends theme, which is a very lovely hairstyle which I like very much. So it's always good to get some new hairstyle for the minifigures. And here we are, the A-frame cabin. It looks absolutely beautiful. There's so much details around it. So the cabin itself actually consists of 3 parts. So the main cabin, and then you've got like 2 sides of some of the environmental or terrain build, which you can build separately. You do have additional holes that you can arrange it in a different way. For example, you can actually put this on this side, but I think it doesn't look as good as it put on the other side, just because some of the design element here will kind of more fitting to put it on the other side. We'll come back to the 2 terrain build later on. First, we kind of focus on the A-frame cabin. Looks really good. As I mentioned earlier, just one thing, you just can't avoid just gaps here. You don't see it in the photo, but depending on the condition of the bricks that you get and how much attention you gave to the plates and the stuff, sometimes you get this gap, which unfortunately I don't think I can fix that. Having said that, the exterior is absolutely stunning. The use of all this flat tile to create that timber look of a cabin in the woods itself. Everything flat kind of give you different level. It just give you a bit more texture, which looks excellent. The front here is also brilliant. It's very interesting building technique, as mentioned by lots of other reviewers, using the floor hammer to create this bricky look for the foundation. Good, you get a squirrel, bit of mushrooms underneath the stairs. You do have a frog, but it's hard to see just because it's a really small gap. We have a new printed butterfly pieces here, which kind of introduced in Chinese New Year theme, but you do get this variant rather than butterfly, but more like a moth. The roof though, 2 sides are identical, so kind of you build together, which we'll take another look later. Unfortunately, I kind of make it loosen up a little bit. Anyway, just try to turn the cabin. This whole chimney is another really good, nice detail. Again, the back using the same technique to create all this texture. I've got a ventilator, 2 windows, some interesting use to represent toilet paper. And some gas tank to provide the necessary resource for you to make some meals. And now it's time to remove the roofs and take a look at the inside. So the cabin itself is actually built in a modular way, so you can actually remove the top level to give you more access to the first level. The roofs are quite big, but I find it very interesting on how they put the windows inside. So instead of you kind of build it brick by brick like this, you actually build the base and you can actually push out like this. So I only push one part, but basically you have all these windows connected, and this is how keep it secure there. So you just kind of push that in like this. So this is a interesting building technique that I haven't tried before. Okay, let's go back inside. Obviously, it's got the stairs to go up to the first level, but you see there are lots of different decoration around. I like that you've got a new, well, not new, probably appears somewhere else, but it's a printed clock tile, but in a very more small size. And then you've got a few silver, the record player here. All these are printed. Always good to get some new printed records. You've got a lovely Lego printed tile for the doormat. So this set, usually ideas doesn't come with stickers much. So all the decorations you see here are all printed. I've got a coffee table with a typewriter, some lights, and some newspaper. So there's so much details packed into the interior as well. So underneath the stair, you can see the wine glasses and a bottle of wine, the fireplace to keep the cabin warm, some firewood, a fire extinguisher, a meat cleaver, which kind of fits some horror movie setting. But basically, you've got the kitchen here, you've got the sink. I like how they create the wash. What do you call the water facet? Is it I just forgot the exact vocabulary for that, but it's a very interesting way. You can see it's actually a gun, but kind of put it in this size so the water comes out from here. This is a very interesting use of piece. And here's the second level, so pretty much the bedroom. You've got a huge double bed here, a really nice camera with some very interesting lens. Got binoculars, a mug. You've also got a printed artwork on here. While you can't really see it or take it out easily, but underneath the bed there's a nut there at the corner. One of the details I like very much on the upstairs is this brick built tree house here. This is, if you own the Lego Ideas tree house, then you can spot it straight away. And now we're going to take a look at the two side views, which are the trees and some terrains, just to give it the cabin a bit more cabin in the woods feel. What interesting is that, as I say, that you can rearrange it differently, so you actually can put these two together to create a forest. I like the fact they include several animals into this set. You got the red bird, the bluebird, an otter, not just one, and you do get another butterfly here on the tree. And you can see the storage of the firewood and some excess here, and a few mushroom around the terrain as well. Let's just remove it so we can take a look on some of the details on the other side later on. In terms of the tree itself, some people might comment, all the foliage or the leaves kind of too separate. I find okay. From photo it does look a bit gappy, I would say, but once you build it, it actually doesn't look that bad. It does give you that forest or the wood feeling. I think right now the balance just right, because if you include more of this foliage, it can become a bit frustrating when building it, because it's everything is kind of the same. You have to build each of them like 5 times, but I'm not sure if I want to get through that if I need to build it 20 times. And I really like the use of this piece here lying horizontally, so kind of give you the texture already, so you don't have to have all the extra bricks and building all this texture, because you will not able to get the same height like this if you use individual bricks. You do get a kayak, not kayak, or canoe here for the the people taking holiday to ride in the rivers, and underneath you do get a water bottle and 2 life jacket. One thing very interesting is that I'm so tempted just to put a T-Rex in between, just kind of the size just right to have a T-Rex behind it. And this is the Lego Ideas A-frame cabin. This is an excellent set. I like very much. The building experience is excellent. I had tons of fun, and it just looks absolutely beautiful. It may look big, but actually it isn't that big. It's just the right size on any shelf, even you're not a Lego collector. But interesting, in some Lego, standalone Lego, this is the perfect set on the bookshelf. And if you're a Lego collector, it's gonna look absolutely great next to the Lego Ideas treehouse. Some of the flaws really more contribute to the individual quality of each set, just because you just can't get this gap away. But anyway, this is a really good set and definitely a recommendation for me. To let me know what you think about this set in the comment section below, and if you like this video, be sure to check out my other videos and subscribe to my channel for more upcoming updates. And I'll see you next time.